tried so hard to keep it within these walls, my own house. Because you would go out tonight, the whole of London knows it. If I could only get inside that brain of yours and understand what makes you do these crazy, twisted things.
Gregory, are you trying to tell me I'm insane?
It's what I'm trying not to tell myself.
But that's what you think, isn't it? That's what you've been hinting and suggesting for months now, ever since...
Since what?
Since the day I lost your brooch. Yes, that's when it all began.
Your doctor friend. He asked us to go sailing tonight. Just to run along the coast. Less than an hour each way. I'll be right there, princess. Right by your side. I know how you feel, but we can't conquer our fears by running away. Do it. For me.
I used to watch this perfect couple. And they were just the embodiment of true love. It's like the kind of love you always want. And then she betrayed him.
Enter into the world of L36 and dive into the power of storytelling. Here at L36, we bring together a community to discover what captivating tales can teach us, and use the adventure to inspire greater insight into mental well-being. Join us for an enriching exploration.
Are you tired of feeling like you're going crazy in your relationships? Do you often doubt your own perception of reality? If so, you may be a victim of gaslighting, a manipulative tactic that can be hard to detect. In this video, we'll show you how to recognize the signs of gaslighting by using films that depict real-life scenarios. You'll learn how to break free from its toxic grip and regain your confidence. So, get ready to take back control of your life and learn how to protect yourself from gaslighting. Before we start, hit subscribe and the notification bell to stay updated. Let's begin. Gaslighting is a manipulative tactic used by someone to make another person doubt or undermine their own reality, memory, or perception of events. This technique can be used to make the victim feel like they're going insane or that they cannot trust their own judgment. Gaslighting is often used in toxic relationships or by individuals who want to exert control over others. The harmful effects of gaslighting can be devastating. Victims may experience anxiety, depression, and a loss of self-worth. They may also feel isolated and cut off from their support systems. Gaslighting can be particularly damaging because it often occurs over an extended period, making it difficult for victims to recognize what's happening. To illustrate the concept of gaslighting, we'll be discussing 3 films: Gaslight, Sleeping with the Enemy, and The Girl on the Train. Each film portrays different scenarios of gaslighting and its effects on the victim. So let's dive in and learn how to recognize and stop gaslighting. Gaslight 1944 is a classic film and is actually where the term gaslighting originated from. The movie tells the story of Paula, a young woman who marries the charming Gregory, played by Charles Boyer. After moving into their London home, strange things start happening, and Paula begins to question her own sanity. Gregory manipulates Paula by changing small things in their home, such as the dimming of gas lights, and then denying that anything has changed. He slowly convinces her that she's losing her mind, and she begins to doubt her perception of reality. In a particular instance, Gregory tricks Paula into believing that she's lost a valuable brooch. When Paula finds the brooch in her purse, she confronts Gregory, who tells her she's imagining things, saying, "You've lost your head over a little piece of jewelry." Gregory's gaslighting is ultimately revealed to be a cover-up for his own crimes. He's been searching for valuable jewels hidden in their home, and the gaslighting was a way to keep Paula from finding out. Paula eventually recognizes the gaslighting and takes steps to stop it. She seeks help from a detective who explains the concept of gaslighting to her, allowing her to see the manipulation for what it is. Through this process, she regains her self-confidence and confronts Gregory. Psychologist and author Robin Stern, in her book The Gaslight Effect, explains that gaslighting is often used to exert control over another person. She notes that it's crucial for victims to understand the tactics used by gaslighters so they can break free from their grip. So it's critical to identify gaslighting behavior. Some common signs include being told that your memories or perceptions are incorrect, feeling constantly confused or questioning your own reality, being accused of being too sensitive or overreacting, feeling isolated from friends and family, experiencing constant self-doubt and insecurity. This movie illustrates the dangers of gaslighting and how it can be used to cover up criminal behavior. It also shows how victims can recognize and confront gaslighting to regain their sense of self once the manipulative behavior is seen for its true intention. Moving on to our next film, Sleeping with the Enemy, 1991. We see how gaslighting can be used to control and manipulate victims of domestic violence. In this psychological thriller, Laura, played by Julia Roberts, lives a seemingly perfect life with her husband, Martin, played by Patrick Bergin. However, beneath the facade, Martin is a controlling and abusive husband who uses gaslighting to erode Laura's sense of self. Martin systematically erodes Laura's self-worth and independence throughout the film, convincing her that she is forgetful, clumsy, and responsible for all the negative effects in their lives. His actions isolate her and leave her feeling helpless. During a particular scene, while Laura is preparing dinner, she accidentally breaks a glass. Martin responds by blaming her, saying, he then compels her to clean up the mess and apologize for her mistake. Despite Martin's gaslighting, Laura eventually recognizes his manipulation and takes steps to stop it. She fakes her own death and starts a new life, free from Martin's control. Faking her own death was a way to gain control of her life, and while it's a drama that makes for great movies, gaining control can be done in healthier ways. Establish boundaries and maintain self-trust. Once you've recognized the gaslighting, it's essential to re-establish trust in yourself and your perceptions. This can be achieved by affirming your feelings and experiences, even if they are being questioned by someone else. Seeking support from trusted friends or family members who can validate your experiences. Setting boundaries with the gaslighter, such as refusing to engage in conversations that involve manipulation or distortion of reality. Engaging in self-care practices like journaling or therapy to help process your emotions and build self-esteem. Lenore E. Walker, a psychologist, notes in her book The Battered Woman Syndrome that perpetrators of domestic violence often use gaslighting as a tactic to control and manipulate their victims. She explains that victims may find it challenging to recognize gaslighting because it often occurs over an extended period of time. Sleeping with the Enemy shows how gaslighting can be used to control and manipulate victims of domestic violence. It also illustrates how victims can take steps to recognize and break free from the gaslighter's grip. Lastly, let's look at The Girl on the Train, 2016. Here we see how gaslighting can be used to manipulate memories and emotions, leading to confusion and self-doubt. In this mystery thriller, Rachel, played by Emily Blunt, becomes involved in an investigation surrounding a missing woman, and several characters use gaslighting to manipulate her memories and emotions. Rachel's ex-husband, Tom, played by Justin Theroux, is one of the characters who uses gaslighting to control her. He convinces Rachel that she's an unreliable witness because of her alcoholism, and suggests that she may have been responsible for the woman's disappearance. Saying this to Rachel, Tom then proceeds to provide false memories to Rachel, which leads her to question her own sanity. Despite the gaslighting, Rachel eventually recognizes the manipulation and takes steps to stop it. She confronts Tom and exposes his lies, allowing her to regain her sense of self and clarity. Psychologist George K. Simon, in his book In Sheep's Clothing, explains that gaslighting is often used as a tactic to hide and deny abusive behavior. He notes that it's essential for victims to recognize gaslighting and take steps to protect themselves. If you find it difficult to cope with the effects of gaslighting, or the gaslighter refuses to respect your boundaries, it's important to seek professional help. This may involve consulting with a mental health professional like a therapist or counselor to help you process your experiences and develop coping strategies. Joining support groups or online forums where you can connect with others who have experienced gaslighting and share your experiences. If the gaslighting is occurring in a work setting, consider reporting the behavior to human resources or a supervisor to address the issue within the organization. Although films can provide us with a window into the effects of gaslighting, it is essential to recognize the signs and symptoms of this form of emotional abuse and learn how to protect ourselves from its harmful effects. Before we continue, remember to click the like button and leave a comment with your thoughts or questions. To sum up, gaslighting is a harmful and manipulative tactic that can have lasting effects on a person's emotional well-being and self-esteem. By examining real-life scenarios depicted in films like Gaslight, Sleeping with the Enemy, and The Girl on the Train, we can better understand the signs of gaslighting and learn how to break free from its toxic grip. Gaslighting is a form of emotional abuse that can have long-term impacts on one's self-esteem, confidence, and mental health. By understanding its signs and taking action, we can empower ourselves to create healthier, more positive relationships and break free from the cycle of emotional manipulation. Signs and symptoms of gaslighting include feeling confused, anxious, and self-doubting. Gaslighters may deny reality, twist the truth, and make the victim feel guilty or responsible for their own mistreatment. Gaslighting can occur in various settings such as personal relationships, the workplace, and even politics. For instance, a boss may undermine an employee's confidence by denying their competence or altering their workload. To recognize and stop gaslighting, individuals can seek support from trusted friends and family, establish clear boundaries, and practice self-care. It may also be helpful to seek professional help from a therapist or counselor. Building self-awareness, focusing on one's own needs, and learning to trust one's own perceptions and feelings are also essential steps in healing from gaslighting. By recognizing the signs and taking action, individuals can protect their emotional well-being and regain a sense of control over their own lives. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and comment below. Subscribe for more great content. See you next time.